Anthony, bro. Okay, hi, I'm back, and I want to make just a few more points I wasn't able to make in that initial 3 minutes. First off, this essay, I feel as though in its current form, it's not really working. It's not, engendering intelligent thought, mainly because of the way it's formatted. The last essay we had this past Monday was about celebrity endorsements, whether or not we should agree with that. First of all, they gave it to us from some article where it didn't tell us where the article was from. It was just an excerpt from a person who we don't even know is real because it didn't have any credentials for them. It could have been something someone made up offhand just to get this essay out to us, to make it seem like, oh, it's actually real. So we don't even know how legitimate this topic is for the students to write about. It was just something that made up, oh crap, we have this essay due Monday. Let's just talk about this and give them a funky name like Joe Zwee or Jay-Z or whatever. So first of all, I don't really agree with the credibility of this essay, unless they can actually show that, hey, she's a published article and not just, bleeding heart liberal who has an opinion. Secondly, it's such a simple topic, and these past essays have been, that they aren't meant to facilitate intelligent discussion. Because they give you what? 2 pages, front and back, double-spaced margins to write in? I honestly, towards the end of it, I had to write like 3 lines in one of the little margins. Because I actually made an intelligent argument about it, and I wrote about it critically, because I thought critically about it. I can still do that. But that's not the way this essay was designed. It was not designed for you to have intelligent critical arguments and delve into the socioeconomic implications of celebrity endorsements. That's not what it's for. It's supposed to be very superficial, just to get students, given that little push into writing. It's not for the more complex thinkers like your AP students. It's not for them. Because if it was, they'd give you like 8 pages to write in. That would have been more appropriate for this essay, for me at least. I don't know about the rest of you, but I know for me, I could have used more pages. And if they really want us to write about more complex thoughts and interject our own ideas into this prompt rather than what's given to us, then they really should take that into consideration. But by that fact alone, that it's supposed to be simplistic and superficial, shows that they are catering to an audience that it needs to write this, not an audience that doesn't need to write this, like accomplished writers in your AP classes. They're catering to the less intelligent student, or what some consider the average student, rather than those that are above average. I'm not saying that I'm super intelligent and way above this, but I'll tell you right now, I don't need to write this essay. Okay, I did it, and I did it without complaint, but I'm here to make my voice heard and say that these essays are useless for the people who have already shown that they're capable in writing complex ideas. I've taken 3 AP tests in my high school career, and I got 4s on all of them, and I attribute that to my writing. Because in all of my classes, I've written good essays, and I've gotten good scores, and I've gotten 9s on 2. And on my AP tests, like I said, I got 4s. So I believe I've shown that I'm a capable writer, and I'm exempt from this essay. Same goes for a large majority of students in this school. And you'll have any questions.
All right, any questions for Anthony up here? Young.
If you were to write a more complex essay, couldn't you just attach more paper to the prompt?
I could have, but why should I have to do that? Because honestly, they're saying, oh, write it, and here's what you need. They should be giving you the materials that they want you to succeed. They should be giving you the materials to succeed, not have you blaze your own trail in writing, Literary, it's all about using what you can. And sure, yeah, I could have, but I didn't as a point where, you guys aren't facilitating me. You're not giving me the tools to engender intelligent discussion. Because most kids, they're just like, I only have this much to write in, so I'll just make up a bullshit conclusion. So that's what most students are thinking. But I did my best, but you know what? Attaching more paper, yeah, but it's not really what I should be doing.
Since you feel like the essay was kind of like too easy, and it's kind of like limiting like what you feel you can do, do you think that there should be some kind of essay to write like at the beginning of the year to determine whether you should have to do it? So then not all students have to go through that. For AP students, we should really have to like dumb ourselves down to write this essay.
That's a possibility as well. So long as you can prove that you don't need, to boost your scores on your STAR tests or your CSTs or your KC exams, as long as you have shown that in, your high school career that you don't need that assistance, then yeah, I would believe that some sort of, exam in the beginning might help. And it would also prepare for college because we all have to take those entrance exams anyways. But just like in college, they also have ways where you can be exempt from it because you've already shown
That's our time.
Thank you.
So we have some time for one more subsequent con speaker if anyone is up for it. Subsequent con. Yeah, con means that you're against the abolition of essays.
Sorry.
Anybody? Alright, Young?
These are both times, and it still hurts my soul. Yes, sir. Okay, so the problem with abolishing this essay is that, okay, first off, let me address something that Anthony said. Anthony said that this is somehow demeaning because they only give us two, wide-ruled pieces of paper that, we can't really flesh out ideas in. First off, we can attach paper onto it. And second off, if you give some Algebra 1 kid 12 pages of college ruled paper and say, write an essay, it's daunting, it's intimidating. Like, I'm supposed to fill 12 pages of college ruled paper with an essay about something I don't barely even know about when I can't even isolate X, What the hell? That's the difference. Maybe the reason that they're doing that is, yes, to cater to lower achieving students, but while still nonetheless, the essay is available with a more in-depth discussion available for higher achieving students. Like I alluded to earlier in my previous speech, it's not that this essay is incapable of having intelligent discussion, it's just that most AP students are too arrogant to even consider the possibility. They automatically assume that because a freshman remedial language arts class is taking the same essay as they are, that they have nothing to input, that they're so arrogant that they think that, this is beneath me. There is no way that there is any sort of intelligent discussion to be had. I am better than this. That is a completely wrong mindset. If these people were truly interested in their education and not just getting into college, then they would look at this essay and they would say, hey look, there is something that I could write about. They would find something to write about, because I did and a lot of people could have. Writing is a life skill. Whether or not Avi says that six-digit earning CEOs don't write anything, everyone writes something. Even as a programmer, one of the most mathematically based jobs in the world, I would still be writing documentation for the code that I write. A physicist, an engineer, they're writing theses, they're writing papers about research papers. Everyone, even in the math and science fields, are writing something. CEOs are writing letters every day. And you may argue or may not argue that, that it requires a writing skill, but in order to write an eloquent letter that sufficiently expresses your thoughts and effectively convinces somebody to your point of view, you need to be able to write a good essay in order to write a good letter. Communications is a life skill. These essays allow you to give you an opportunity to convey an idea. Maybe even on a simplistic topic, but you can take it to a deeper level. So if you're improving your communication skills, it's a life skill. You will use it no matter how old you get, no matter what career you pursue, you can always communicate with people and it's always a vital life skill. So this essay is training you for real life. So the idea that we should abolish it is terrible. Yield my time to questions.
Alright, any questions from Young real quickly? Alright. Anthony?
Don't you feel that in order to better prepare students to be able to write more eloquently, that they should have more, better things to write about?
I think that there's two sides to that. The first being that if you're at a very low level of writing, then you're not going to be automatically be able to adapt to a prompt that says, war is a necessary evil. That is a very deep topic. And there's just no way that a freshman remedial language arts student is going to be able to adapt to that. So this essay is globalized to, cater to everyone. And on the other hand, yes, you do need to challenge students to improve their writing skill. But like I said, challenge students to take the next step on that essay. That prompt that I just mentioned earlier is only complex on the surface. Whereas this prompt, if you dive deep down, you can find something complex to write about. Challenge students to take the next step and improve their essays instead of sitting there and giving them a complex essay and say, make it up.
All right.